Gigabyte preparing their new wave of Intel Z790X series of motherboards for Raptor Lake refresh. European retailers slashed prices of NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060, now 6% cheaper in less than a week. AMD Ryzen 5 7500F to launch this week. This is the first AM5 CPU without any integrated RDNA2 graphics. And lastly, the NVIDIA RTX 4090 Ti or the Titan cooler prototype has been listed in China for $120K.
This is Tech Track.
So firstly, we have Momomo_US just tweeted this, and ex-Arctic Pioneer, YT Pioneer, I don't know what that means, but if you look closely here, that we have a listing for the Gigabyte Aorus motherboards here, and if you look closely, these are the B650 Aorus Elite and the B650M Aorus Elite AX Arctic. So basically, they're releasing the Arctic series of motherboards, and not only that, they're also releasing the Z790X series of motherboards. That is very interesting, as you can tell. The Z790 Aorus Tachyon X, Z790 Aorus Extreme X, and Z790 Aorus Master X, and so on. We get to see Elite Aorus Elite X Wi-Fi, and yeah, basically the Z790X series are for the Raptor Lake refresh of processors. So that's gonna be interesting that these motherboards will be supported by those processors. Hopefully that won't be only the restriction that we're gonna get for like these are the only motherboards that would support the CPU. That shouldn't be the case, hopefully, but we will be seeing the Z790 motherboards, which is the X series, of course. That's the refresh. Next up, we have Mind Factory just listed that. Well, they didn't list this, they listed that very long time ago, but now we have some price cut coming in for the 8 gigs MSI GeForce RTX 4060 Ventus 2X Black Edition, of course. And if you look closely, the pricing is 310 euros. Well, let's do the math. Well, it's 6% cheaper according to the MSRP, of course. So yeah, it is 6% cheaper in MSRP, and the pricing you're looking at is 310.39 euros, and well, it's dropping down, and well, it might hit 300 euros soon enough. So that would mean that in USD it will also go down in MSRP, of course, but also we're not talking about USA anyway, we're talking about the Europe here. So Mind Factory is a European retailer, so yeah, in Europe this might be going down in price, the RTX 4060, and that's a good news, you know, because it's not really worth the price, the RTX 4060. Well, honestly, the GPU is worth the price anyway, whatever price you pay, unless it's like 250, so maybe that would be more appealing. But yeah, it's dropping in less than a week, so that's good. Next up, we have an interesting benchmark from Puget Bench, and if you look closely, we have a Puget Bench for DaVinci Resolve, and well, if you look closely, we have a CPU that hasn't been released yet and will be releasing soon, and that is the AMD Ryzen 5 7500F 6-core processor, of course. And well, we don't really have the specs yet, but as you can tell, the F series, they're bringing in the same Intel style approach here, which is no integrated GPU for these processors. That will be the F series of processors. And we also have a look here from this source. I don't know how to spell that, of course, but VideoCard's reported that, and well, as you can see, AMD Ryzen 5 7500F has been pictured already, and it's very much clear that this processor is coming soon. Probably will perform a bit worse than the 7600, which is kind of makes sense because there's a 7500F. I wonder if there's gonna be any 7500, because there has to be a 7500, otherwise they wouldn't be, you know, releasing the 7500F series of processors. So interesting to look at. But yeah, it is a processor. It should be cheaper than 7600, and also it doesn't have any iGPU, so you would need a external graphics card, of course. So yeah, there we go. This is the first integrated, non-integrated CPU we're looking at. And lastly, we have a WCC F-Tech article here, and as you can see, this is the GeForce RTX 4090 Ti. Well, not the GPU, but cooler only. Yes, it has been leaked already for a long time ago. We know, because you've seen this already, this chunker size of graphics card, or not really the GPU itself, it's just the cooler itself. Well, it seems like it went on sale. Very much interesting to see that. Well, firstly, it's very much big. Doesn't make sense why they would make that. Well, now they do, because it's an RTX 4090 Ti or Titan series of card. But I'm guessing, will they release the 4090 Ti or Titan? We don't know. Maybe they won't be releasing any Titan, but maybe Ti. But if that is the case, will they go for this card or this cooler here? I don't know, because it's too big. It is heavy and too big. Because as you can tell, this is way too big for a GPU. Well, it kind of makes sense, the high tier 4090 Ti we're talking about, so doesn't surprise me at all. And that's the side-by-side comparison with the 4090 versus the 4090 Ti cooler. Presumably, we're not sure if this is a 4090 Ti, but yeah, this is huge. And also remember, MSI is also preparing their 4090 Ti cooler here because it looks identical, but it seems like this one is much bigger than the, well, this one here. So yeah, kind of makes sense why they're going for the 4090 Ti cooler now. But surprisingly, this cooler in Chinese market is getting sold for in USD pricing $120,000. That is not a realistic pricing because it was just listed for like a random number, I guess 8888 something. Yeah, random numbers. So that is a random number that isn't really the price and doesn't make sense why they're even selling a cooler like this. But either way, this cooler should be will be used for the 4090 Ti absolutely, but we don't know if the 4090 Ti will be launched, so we just have to wait and guess if they will be launching or not. But yeah, let's wait.